Hi, this is Efrat Griner from Studio Ribbon Interior Design. This is the second part of my secret method of how to make a simple design change in your house that will fully meet your family needs and your budget. Thank you for joining me again. In this video, we're going to see what to do with the long list that you made last time. You probably feel that there's no way you can deal with so many things that are written on the list. Therefore, we come to the second stage. The second stage is making priorities. But how can we make priorities in our life? I don't know, for me, it's sometimes very hard. So that's why I'm giving you my first tip. There are 3 questions that are written on the paper that you printed. And if you answer them, it will be much easier to make the priorities in the list. And once we have our priorities and we know what are the most important and needy things in the list for us to make changing, then we can keep on to the next stage. But first of all, the 3 questions are, the first question is, what are the 3 most important things for you personally on that list? Okay, so take a second and put a V next to those on the list. The second question is, what are the 3 most urgent things in the house or on that list that need to be fixed or taken care of? And the last question is, what are the 3 things that will give my family the feelings and sense that I want to be in my house? Now, about the last question, have you ever sat in your living room and thought about the feelings you feel in that room? Do you want it to be cozy? Do you want it to be warm? Do you want it to be happy? Do you want it to be family-like? Do you want it to be high-tech? So this is the point where you think about those questions, and we'll go on to the next stage. Stage number 3 is the budget. A budget is the amount of money that all the change is going to cost you. But not only money, it's also the time. You have to think how much time you have for all the things that were your top priorities in the list. Now, the second thing is the amount of money. Why is it so important to know how much the change is going to cost us? That is because a lot of time, money will give us a pain if we take out too much money. And we need to know exactly how much money we have and how much it's going to cost us. To do this, you look at the list, you look at your priorities, and you go to professionals and ask them, how much is this going to cost me? If you need, for example, a new cupboard, so you go out and find how much does a cupboard cost. Is it $2,000? Is it $3,000? And so on. Okay. Once we have the budget and we have our priorities, we are now ready to start the work. What do we have to do? It's now time to choose the materials, it's time to choose the colors, it's time to choose the furniture that will actually make the design change in our house. But now we know exactly what we need because we have made our priorities. We're not going to buy or choose anything that is not what we want. And that is how we're going to make sure that our project is going to come exactly to our family needs and to the budget that we made. The last step is actually buying the things. Before we are going to buy the furniture, and before we have any professional coming into our house and making the change, there are a couple of things that we have to make sure. First of all, I want you to meet my very, very dear friend, a tape measure. Why is it so important to use one? Because a lot of times at home we think we know how big the furniture we need is, and when we go to the shop and then we suddenly forget. We don't know if it's like 81 centimeters or 82, and this little centimeter can sometimes make a very big difference if a certain piece of furniture can go into the room or cannot go into the room. So first of all, before we go shopping, we make a list. And on that list, we put exactly the furniture that we are going to buy or the accessories that we are going to look for. The second thing is we make sure that everything that has to have a measurement, we have the measures with us when we go to the shop. And like when we go to the super, if we want to make sure we don't take out more money than we plan to, we buy only what is on the list. That is a very, very important thing. Another tip I give my customers is that you should go, for the first time you go to a shop, you should go and leave your wallet at home. You are not going to buy now. You're going to see what they have. And that way you can know if you're in the right shop or not in the right shop. I love to buy things right here and right now, but I studied on me and my customers that it's not good doing it. That when we buy something right now, then sometimes we buy the wrong thing and it's not good for us, and then it causes us a lot of pain. So, and now for my third tip about professional people. Get 2 offers for the same project. You can never know if the person will give you the best offer. And you should also think about who the professional is. What is important for you about his job? Do you want him to leave it clean? Is the price the most important thing? My secret method of how to change your house simply that will meet your family's needs can help you. It's been helping a lot of customers and a lot of people. But if you're sitting at home watching this and thinking to yourself, how can I do it? I'm scared, I'm stuck. I'm still at the first stage. I know what I want to do, but I can't make my priorities, and I don't have any idea of how can I make the budget. Well, for that, I'm here for you. If you don't know how to choose the colors for your house, well, for that, I can help you also. All you need to do is just pick up the phone and call now. The call is for free, and I'd love to advise you so that you and your family can live in a lovely home. Thank you, Efrat.